Port Charles has always been a town built on crossroads, moments where one decision reshapes a life, where one goodbye echoes longer than anyone expects. In the days ahead on General Hospital, two powerful storylines collide with emotional force and long-term consequences. One man prepares to walk away from everything he's fought to protect, while another finally stands tall after a long stretch of losses. This is a story of honor and sacrifice, and of strategy and victory. This is Chase's final goodbye, and Michael's biggest win yet. For months, Harrison Chase has lived by a simple code: do what's right, no matter the cost. As a detective, as a husband, as a friend, Chase has always chosen duty over comfort. But Port Charles has a way of punishing its most principled residents. The walls have been closing in on Chase professionally and personally. Internal affairs scrutiny, political pressure from powerful families, and whispers, dangerous ones, that Chase crossed a line to protect someone he loved. Whether the rumors are true or not almost doesn't matter anymore. The damage is done. Chase knows something the rest of Port Charles is only beginning to realize. If he stays, people he loves will pay the price. It all comes back to one case, one decision that spiraled out of control. Chase bent the rules. Not for money, not for power, but to shield an innocent life from becoming collateral damage in a much larger war. In another town, he might have been praised. In Port Charles, where law enforcement and organized power are forever intertwined, his integrity made him a liability. Behind closed doors, Chase is given an impossible choice: stay, fight the system, and risk public disgrace, or walk away quietly, protecting the department and the people he loves from further fallout. For Chase, the answer is clear, even if it breaks his heart. Chase doesn't announce his departure with fanfare. No press conference. No dramatic resignation. Instead, he chooses something far more personal. The corridors of General Hospital have seen births, deaths, miracles, and tragedies. For Chase, they've also been a place of healing and love. It's where he learned how fragile life can be, and how precious every honest moment truly is. He stands outside a familiar room, gathering himself before stepping inside. This is where Chase's voice finally cracks. When Chase speaks, it's not with anger or bitterness. It's with clarity. He admits he's tired. Tired of fighting battles that never seem to end. Tired of watching good people get hurt while powerful ones walk free. But most of all, he admits something he's never said out loud before. I don't regret who I am, but I can't be this man here anymore. Chase explains that leaving isn't giving up, it's choosing survival. Choosing peace. Choosing a future that isn't defined by constant sacrifice. His final words aren't about himself. They're about hope. Port Charles doesn't need me to be a martyr. It needs people who stay and keep believing things can change. And with that, Chase lets go. The ripple effects of Chase's exit are immediate and profound. Friends question whether they could have done more. Colleagues feel the loss of a moral compass. And those closest to him realize too late how much he carried alone. One thing is certain. Port Charles will not be the same without Harrison Chase. But sometimes, leaving is the bravest thing a hero can do. While one man walks away from the battlefield, another finally claims victory after years of strategic patience. Michael Corinthos has spent much of his life reacting to chaos, caught between legacy, loyalty, and loss. As the son of a powerful figure, Michael learned early that survival in Port Charles requires more than good intentions. It requires timing. And Michael's timing has never been better. Michael's big win doesn't come with explosions or public arrests. Instead, it unfolds in boardrooms, legal filings, and carefully orchestrated alliances. For months, Michael has been positioning himself, letting rivals underestimate him while he gathers leverage. Evidence is documented. Witnesses are protected. Financial trails are quietly traced. When the moment comes, it's devastating in its simplicity. Michael exposes a betrayal that collapses an entire power structure. Companies shift hands. Assets freeze. And suddenly, the people who once controlled the narrative are scrambling to survive. This isn't just about money or revenge. This win represents something deeper for Michael. Independence from his family's shadow. Proof that intelligence can outmaneuver brute force. A future where his children won't inherit endless wars. For the first time, Michael isn't reacting, he's leading. And Port Charles notices. Chase and Michael's storylines mirror each other in haunting ways. Chase leaves to protect others. Michael stays to build something stronger. One sacrifices his place. The other claims his. Neither path is easy. Both come with consequences. And both redefine what strength looks like in Port Charles. Fallout across Port Charles. Chase's departure opens dangerous gaps. Who fills the void in law enforcement? Who stands between corruption and chaos? And will Chase's absence embolden the town's worst players? At the same time, Michael's rise shifts the balance of power. Old alliances are tested. Enemies reconsider their next move. Friends wonder whether success will change him or finally set him free. In Port Charles, goodbyes are rarely permanent. Chase's exit feels final, but unresolved threads remain. Secrets that never came to light. People who still need answers. A town that may one day need his integrity again. Whether Chase returns as a detective, a civilian, or something entirely new remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. His final words will haunt Port Charles long after he's gone. Victory never comes without cost. Michael's move makes him a target. Those he outmaneuvered won't forget. And power, once claimed, demands constant defense. The question now isn't whether Michael won, but how long he can hold on to it without becoming the very thing he once fought against. These intertwined storylines mark a major shift for General Hospital. A hero walks away with dignity. A strategist steps into his power. And Port Charles stands at the edge of a new era. Chase's final words remind us that doing the right thing doesn't always mean staying. Michael's victory proves that patience can be the most powerful weapon of all. As the dust settles, one truth remains.